All right, I want to draw another illustration here. Obviously, the big problem with the fear of man, as you saw in the last graphic, the last animation, is that the little boy had a very tiny God, and that is the problem. And so he needs a bigger God in his world. And so I want to talk about an individual that we're very familiar with. His name is Jesus. And there are many cool things that I appreciate, adore, and love about Jesus, but one of those things is, and it's in my top three. I mean, obviously, dying for my sins is number one. But as I look at his life throughout the four Gospels, he was an untethered man. He was completely untethered from the management and the control of other people. And it didn't matter where these people landed in his network. If it was Peter, who was probably as close to him as any other person was, who rejected him, who rebuked him in Mark 8, eventually left him as Jesus was heading toward the cross. Peter's reaction to Jesus did not manage him because Jesus was so tethered to the Father. Jesus had a big God, if I could say it that way. Mary, another person, you remember the story in John 11, where she too rebuked Jesus because he was not fast enough, as her brother Lazarus was dying. But yet Jesus in that moment said, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sake, so that you may believe. Because he wasn't managed by her, he was able to give clear counsel to her. If you're managed by someone, then you'll be so influenced by them that you will not have the clarity that you need to be the person that you need for them. Peter was the same way. When Peter rebuked him in Mark 8, Jesus didn't need anything from him. Peter didn't manage Jesus. And so Peter can be angry at Jesus, but Jesus' faith, hope, trust, belief, confidence was in something that could not be taken away. It wasn't in Peter's friendship. It wasn't in Peter's approval. It wasn't in Peter's ability to make Jesus feel significant. Peter had no control over Christ, which released him to be free to give him what he needed. Mary was the same way. And of course, the disciples, they had their issues at time with Christ as well, but they were not managed. The multitudes were disappointed in Jesus, but they could not manage him as well. And then finally, the Pharisees, as you see, especially at the point where Jesus is talking to Pilate, for example, and there were other moments where he was talking to the Pharisees, and they were very harsh and unkind, but Jesus was calm, he was cool and collected because he was not tethered to any of these people. Therefore, none of them had control over them. And so when you look at this graphic here on the screen, you see that Jesus was managed by the Father. That's why the subtitle of this webinar is The Opinion of One. You're either going to be managed by God's opinion of you, or you're going to be managed by other people's opinion of you. And so everything hinges on opinions. That is the big operative word that you have to think through. Everything hinges on opinions. Peter's opinion, Mary's opinion, all the disciples, the multitudes, the Pharisees' opinions of Christ did not control him. Why? Because he was singularly focused, and he lived in and relished in his Father's opinion, and his Father's opinion was quite clear. This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. He knew that his Father was pleased in him, and that was enough. When the Lord's opinion of you is the one that controls you, then you are as free as you can possibly be.